Okay, shrimp and grits is what's for lunch today, so let's get started. I'm going to start out by making a batter for my shrimp. I'm going to say I've got a cup of self-rising flour, and I'm going to season that up the way we like it. We start out putting Old Bay seasoning in it, and I am generous with the Old Bay. I like to taste it. Then I come behind and put some garlic powder. We like garlic as well. Some salt and pepper. I want this flour coating to be seasoned really well. Now just take a whisk and combine everything together. Now I'm going to get another pie plate. Put me just a couple of forkfuls of this seasoned flour in the pie plate, and I'm going to go put a little water in it. And I'm just going to start mixing it. The end result is I want a very thin or very watery mixture. And it's the same seasoned flour that I just made. See, this is still a little too thick. You'll see me pour more water in it to thin it on down. All I want it to do is wet my shrimp. Now I'm going to set that to the side and get my peeled shrimp. Now I'm going to season them the very same way that I seasoned that dredge mixture earlier. Salt and pepper, garlic powder, and plenty of Old Bay seasoning. Now that I have my shrimp tossed in that seasoning and all of them are coated well, I'm going to add just a couple of tablespoons of buttermilk. This will just help my dredge really stick to these shrimp and get a good, nice, I want a golden crust on them when I'm done. Okay, so I'm going to set my dishes up for a little bit of an assembly. And you'll see I've got my shrimp in the buttermilk, I've got my dry dredge that's seasoned, and I've got my dredge mix with some water added to it. I'm going to take the shrimp right out of the buttermilk, into the dry dredge, into the wet batter, then back into the dry dredge again, and just set them to the side. Now your coated shrimp are ready to be fried. Now I'm using a Presto countertop deep fryer today just to save on some of the cleanup work, but I loaded up pretty heavy. These things don't have to cook very long at all. While I'm waiting on that first batch of shrimp to fry, I'm going to make me some grits. Now, I've got spoiled. I like to make grits in the microwave these days. But I take a batter bowl, put some water in it, then I'll add a little bit of milk, salt and pepper, and in today's case, I'm going to add some Old Bay seasoning just because I have that on the shrimp. And then I'm going to put grits in this bowl. Now I do not have an exact recipe to give you. This is something I just do by eye as far as the amount of liquid and the amount of grits. I guess you can always follow the instructions on the bag if you need help with that. But then you can put them in the microwave and microwave them for 3 minutes. Bring them out and take a whisk and stir them. If you need to add a little more liquid, add more liquid. But just keep cooking them in 30-second to 1-minute intervals until they're thick and creamy and the consistency that you like. They are delicious made this way. Now let's slide back over here and look at that first batch of shrimp. Now you can tell they're all floating, and for my taste, they are plenty brown. So I'm going to take these up, and we'll drain them for just a second, and you see I've got a bowl over here with a napkin in the bottom. That was my first one that I used as a taster. And then you'll just continue until you have all your shrimp fried and your grits are ready. Okay, grits are just about ready. You can see the shrimp. This is the last batch. They are ready to come up. Now I did step over to the stovetop and make us a little bit of gravy to go with our shrimp and grits. All I did was take some of the leftover dry dredge that was already seasoned, and I browned it in the frying pan with a little bit of butter and made me a gravy or a roux. You can see I did put a little bit of cheese in it, but again, it's seasoned just like the shrimp, just like the coating on the shrimp. But I wanted some gravy to go on my grits. And this is what our plate looks like. Shrimp, grits, gravy, some green onions on top, It was delicious. And I think when you see Frankie's plate here in just a minute, that'll be a testament to how much he liked it.